tonight's show, a desperate getaway comes to a dramatic end.
The sisters, I'll keep road, you'll do road.
Plymouth police close in on a suspected drug dealer.
Stop sticks and stinger if available.
And a wanted man takes officers on a dangerous car chase. By the time you finished watching this program, there will have been over 300 thefts. That's almost 15,000 a day. As high as this figure is, 10 years ago, it was twice as many. It's a war that police are finally winning. They've given us unprecedented access to show how they fight this type of crime from the front line. They've agreed to wear personal cameras, which give us a unique insight into the battle from the heart of the action.
Number 3 is going to be Si, the Hooley Bar. Number 4, Twiggy.
In Plymouth, a special unit led by Acting Sergeant Steve Reed is being mobilised to carry out a raid on the home of a suspected drug dealer. The menace of drug abuse and theft are closely related. In certain areas, 80% of burglary in the UK is motivated by drug use.
It's a 2-day operation that's being run locally, just targeting, obviously, drug offences in the city centre area of Plymouth. There was 3 teams yesterday working, and not only was it drugs warrants, they were targeting vehicle crime, so it was quite a big citywide operation that they were doing.
Police think the suspect could turn violent, so they decide a hard entry is the only option. To take us even closer to the action, PC Jason Simmons is wearing our specially adapted camera.
Whoever gets out, regardless of whether the offenders or the team, I'm the one who gives them the initial aid before we get ambulance, if we require ambulance to the scene. So hopefully I won't be required at all.
There's always a sense of concern as to what might be on the other side, but I suppose when it's one of those things, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Just focus every time you do it.
The element of surprise is imperative for Steve and his team. They must restrain the suspect and secure the property. Only then can a thorough search take place. Southwark is one of London's poorest districts. In the last year, theft has increased 10%, bucking the national trend. PC's Steph Rule is part of a dedicated response unit that's been set up to tackle thieves head-on.
Fridays, generally, you're busier day than the rest of the week. It's the start of the weekend, and it's normally because it's drink-related. People just seem to get silly at the weekend.
By maintaining a visual presence, the unit deters criminal activity. The officers' specialist knowledge of the area means the team can quickly respond to emergencies.
That's a blue Vauxhall Astra, all right. Okay.
An unmarked unit has just called us up and said us is coming up for a blue Astra. They believe the driver may be disqualified from driving. Apparently it's full of some local lads.
Within minutes, Steph and Officer Phil Stone spot the disqualified driver. Steph and Phil sprint after the car. In a desperate bid to get away, the driver mounts the pavement, narrowly missing a mother and her baby.
Urgent assistance! Urgent assistance! I'll pit road, you don't know! Get your own wrong,
Why the driver sped off, putting lives in danger, is unclear. But his actions have obviously traumatised the mother of the baby. In Plymouth, with the suspect restrained, police start a thorough search for evidence of drugs.
There's a what? A pellet gun. Okay, step back. Step back.
It's for shooting bullets. Billy!
Underneath the city.
Yeah. So I'll just get a copy later.
Anybody got any gloves?
No, they're back in the van. Okay, you now. The first thing we're going to do is going to caution you. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned something later on in court, and you do say, maybe give evidence. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay, you're going to ask you now, have you got anything on you or within the house that you shouldn't have?
Yes.
What have you got?
White and smoke.
White and smoke are slang for amphetamines and cannabis resin. The team's initial search vindicates their hard entry tactics.
In the bin here, we came through into the lounge, we located an air pistol. Obviously, if that was pointed to you or as we enter the room, we're unsure whether that would be an imitation or an original weapon. We've got two sets of martial arts nunchuckers, large carving knife, obviously a pair of scissors and a hammer. They're all in the bin. As we enter the living room and next to the individual when we came in.
While a police sniffer dog searches outside, the team continue indoors. Jason's aware of the canny tricks drug dealers use to hide their stash.
Anything that looks like it's been tampered with. People who deal in drugs come very adept at changing normal items into places where they can store drugs. Sometimes they'll get a can of carrots, cut the bottom off it, empty the contents, put a thread on it so they can screw that back up and it just sits in there. I've heard officers mention that they've found drugs hidden in the handles on front of ovens. And when you grab the handle, you pull open the oven, you don't think that the handle will come away, and inside you can hide small amounts of drugs, namely tablets or E's.
The raid's been a success, and police begin collating evidence that could bring about a conviction. By taking out dealers, drug-related theft will plummet.
Any drugs? Nothing. No? Well, we're going to find out if you have, aren't we?
Back in Southwark, the driver's motives for his attempted escape are now clear. Not only is he disqualified from driving, the car he was in was stolen. The suspects also fit the description of an armed gang who robbed a victim at knife point the night before.
You stupid idiot.
I'm very sorry.
You're very sorry.
It's worth it, isn't it? It weren't worth it. I'm very sorry, bruv. I swear down I weren't sleeping.
Just make sure he's watched. That he's not allowed. Yeah, make sure he's watched thoroughly.
Steph and the team have the situation under control. A search of the men reveals evidence that could help police with their inquiries.
Mind out.
The driver is led away to be questioned.
I was going to say, he didn't have a bit of the old GBH as well. He's driven at a kid, hasn't he? Driven at a woman, pushing a kid on the pavement, had a GBH as well. He could have killed that baby quite easily. I don't know if you've seen the woman, the baby's still bawling his eyes out, and the woman is obviously completely shaken up. She thought her baby was going to die. I mean, he's looking at a whole range of offences. He's been arrested for loads of offences there. As you've seen today, he doesn't care about other people and members of the public. He's concerned about himself and just getting away from the police. All in all, this is a good result.
Coming up, Steph's on the hunt for violent robbers.
Chasing 2 targets, 3 suspects on push bikes.
And a high-speed pursuit for a suspected thief.
And it's wrong side of the carriageway, right.
Police in Berkshire on a well-earned coffee break. By chance, PC's Ronnie Walsh and Guy Lawrence spot a suspect who's on their wanted list.
I think it was him, man.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, wait, see what he does, Let's have a look.
Where's he gone?
Let's go in. Let's go in. Yeah.
The man sees the police in his mirror. He has no intention of hanging around.
Blue lights, come on, Ronnie.
Ronnie and Guy flash their blue lights, but he just keeps going.
Got a vehicle found to stop. It's a left towards the A4. Red Nova, approaching the roundabout, straight over the roundabout.
Ronnie relays everything that happens in the pursuit back to base.
IC1 Mal. He's gone for a red traffic signal. Road surface is dry.
Suddenly, the chase turns nasty.
Right. Onto stop road. We have X-ray.
With no air support, Ronnie and Guy are on their own.
IC1 male driver. Female passenger. Still on stop road, approaching.
In his desperation to shake them off, the driver of the Red Nova takes even greater risks.
And it's the wrong side of the carriageway, through the red traffic signals. Narrowly missing the vehicle, it's Burnham Lane.
Crossing the dual carriageway on a red light, he's only inches away from a fatal collision. At 72 miles per hour, the suspect's approaching a major junction, and for the second time, he crosses a dual carriageway on a red light.
And it's wrong side of the carriageway, right into Farnham Road, heading towards A4 Thames Lane Crossroads. If we could have some stop sticks, please.
During chases, inevitably members of the public get in the way. It's frustrating for Guy, as it gives the suspect extra seconds to escape.
Right, Sutton Way.
The suspect has upped the ante by taking the chase into a residential area.
Left onto Carlisle Road, heading towards Bayliss.
The narrow roads make it even more difficult for Guy to pursue the fleeing vehicle.
It's 52 miles per hour. And it's right. Stop Hodges Lane.
With cars parked on either side, a member of the public unwittingly blocks in the police.
Yeah, we've got a temporary loss.
It seems the driver has managed to get away.
We've got a temporary loss.
It's been a long day for Steph and the response unit.
An elderly female's been robbed and beaten up, apparently. We'll just try to get some more details. We're making our way with other units. Are they giving any descriptions of the suspects yet?
Can you repeat the description?
The attack on the victim has just taken place, and details are sketchy.
It's an elderly woman, so she's very shaken up. She's apparently had something sprayed in her eyes.
As news filters through, it turns out it was CS gas that was sprayed into the woman's face. The gas is debilitating. It gives robbers easy pickings.
What's the updated description?
Dark blue hoodies on bikes.
Have they actually got a direction yet or not? The robbers around here, they're clued up. They always go around in groups, so there's plenty of people for them to change their clothing with. And more often than not, you'll find they'll go out
with several layers of clothing on, so they can change their appearance and make our job a lot harder. Got dark hoodie on? Yeah, dark hoodie. I see 3 dark hoodie. He's going the other way, mate. He's riding down here. No, he's on his bike.
20 minutes later, Steph spots someone who fits the attacker's description. In this densely built-up area, the police van is no match for a bike, and they continue the search on foot. Soon, Steph spots 2 youths on push bikes.
Hi, fellas. Let's have a quick chat. You all right? All right, mate? Yeah. All right, just didn't expect you. Do you want to come out here as well, fella?
I don't want to be a cameraman now.
That's all right.
Citing our cameras as an excuse, the suspects make a run for it.
Stay there. Stay there, fella.
has been informed, obviously.
We're chasing 2 targeted 3 suspects on push bikes. Stay there.
Eventually, the youth gives up.
What are you running for?
What have I done?
Huh? What are you running for?
Because you're coming to me with a camera, innit?
That's nothing to do with it, fella.
Back in Berkshire, the car in the high-speed chase was found abandoned. It had been reported stolen. Ronnie and Guy are not giving up on finding the suspected thief.
Just left the traffic base. We're going to go and try and hunt for these 2 offenders. They're both known heroin addicts that were... One was the driver and one was the passenger of the stolen Vauxhall Nova that we pursued earlier on. There's several areas of Slough that are frequented by drug addicts. And we're going to search those areas to try and locate them both.
For police, observation and gut instinct are used in equal measure.
That's him there and turn round. Was it?
Mate, did he see us?
Yeah.
Ronnie and Guy think they've spotted their man. The chase is on.
Basically, we just spotted 2 suspects who made off from us. They're both on the offside. The road's closed.
2 figures can be seen running on the right of the screen.
Can't get through now.
He's gone,
Ronnie and Guy continue on foot.
I'm your suspicion left the motor vehicle. All right, you didn't have to say anything, but it may still mention when question, some which are later on in court. Anything you do say, maybe given evidence. You understand? Where's
But the main suspect is nowhere to be seen.
Right, do you want me to tap your arms?
Could they lose their man a second time?
Hello.
Amazingly enough, after his high-speed chase, Guy catches the suspect less than 5 yards away, unsuccessfully hiding behind a branch.
Tango 22, cancel. We've gone 09 with 2. We need transport, please.
I'm going to tell you now, you're under arrest on suspicion of theft of motor vehicle, OK, failing to stop, and aggravated twok, all right? I'm going to
Twok is a police term for taken without consent.
caution you. Do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence.
It's the end of the line. After losing the suspects once, it's a relief for Ronnie and Guy.
Do you understand?
2 young black lads who committed a robbery on an elderly... Listen to me. An elderly woman literally just round the corner about 20 minutes ago.
How could it be?
In Southwark, Steph's explaining why he's questioning the runaway youth.
OK? 2 young black lads on push bikes.
Oh, come on. I just got on this bike just now.
Right? OK, do I know that? Because you made off from us and because there's been a recent robbery, I'm going to search you. You got anything on you shouldn't have? Right, peaceable.
The man denies having anything illegal on him.
So you got some cannabis on you? Well, huh?
Spliff.
Well, you still shouldn't have cannabis on you, should you?
I told you that.
You didn't tell me that.
Before you put your hand in the fuck, I goes, yeah, I got a split.
No, you didn't. Right, whatever. What's your name?
Darren claims to have been at a party.
For so long, I swear.
Is there anyone who can confirm that?
There's so many people over there.
Why are you getting excited?
We could
I've
go
asked
there
you
now.
a reasonable question.
The suspect protests his innocence, but does little to prove it.
There's a lot of people over there that can confirm it. We could go
Well,
over
how
there.
about giving us a name then? Just saying a lot of people. If you want to get yourself out getting nicked for this, mate, I suggest you start cooperating and help us out here.
Alright, then.
Yeah, because at the moment it ain't looking too good for you, is it?
A simple call on the suspect's mobile to verify his name is all that's required.
He's hung up, mate. He said you're Solomon.
Yeah, right, Solomon. Do I look like a Solomon?
Solomon's the second name Steph's been given this evening.
Wrong.
She was there. She was there. I've been there. She was my.
And do you know her?
Yes, I do know her.
Right, she knows you, does she? Right,
She knows you by name, does she? Does she know your name?
Darren or Solomon spots another partygoer. Could she confirm his
No
name?
reason. I've been at a drink up for so
She
long.
says his name's Frank.
Do you know what?
Really?
I'll tell you the truth,
It's
yeah? My
yeah.
name's Fred Larby. Put it down. My name's Fred Larby.
Finally, the suspect comes clean and gives Steph his real name.
Cover name check, please, 503. You known to us?
No.
You've never been arrested?
But the lying doesn't end there. He has just denied having a criminal record.
It's robbery, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been in jail for that.
You've been in jail for robbery.
That was long
So,
time.
so why is it such a, such a big thing that we think you might be involved in robbery if you are a robber?
Despite his lies, there's nothing to link the man with the crime, and his alibi has also been corroborated.
The only thing I'll say is with him, he's well away from it, and he's actually ditched the bike and turned around and faced me.
Has he?
Yeah, so he could have been away.
With all the information gathered, it's decision time.
Hear that? You're not going to be arrested now. Okay? And that's primarily because eventually, yeah, you started to tell us the truth.
The young man is finally released without charge. His cannabis, however, was seized by police.
Back on the bus, go and find a robber.
Police are still waiting to charge the suspect in Plymouth, but are hopeful of a successful conviction. All three suspects in the getaway car were eliminated from the armed robbery inquiry, but the driver has been charged with dangerous driving and driving while disqualified. The getaway driver was charged with theft of a vehicle, failing to stop, and reckless driving. And in Southwark, the case of the assault on the elderly victim remains unsolved.